Well, this SE2 is coming to the end of its run now. Despite the leaking safety valve, it's still put in just under 15-minute run, which is not too bad, really. Just gradually spinning down now. You can hear the hissing of the safety valve in the background. It makes a very pleasant clanking sound. You can also notice the cylinder, the engine block on this is exactly the same as the SE3 when they actually made the SE3 blocks, so as to keep their economies of scale and keep costs down. They literally moved the piston further backwards in the block, but at the same time obviously dropping the regulator, popping a hole in the top so it could actually oil the felt pad which was located on the trunnion spring. And there you have an engine block that can be used on an SE2, SE1 and SE3. Classic Malin's use of materials and getting maximum use out of one particular component without any extra costs in different engine blocks or tooling or buying in other materials. They certainly know how to run the company effectively. This one's on full regulator, wide open, but as you can hear and probably sense that the engine is gradually slowing down as the steam pressure drops. Certainly not being helped by that safety valve, else I could probably say it probably run 15, maybe 20 minutes. I tend to find that the wick lamps on these tend to flood if the wicks are a little bit worn, as the ones in this one are. And this one, when I filled the lamp up, actually started to flood quite badly, which is obviously quite dangerous because obviously the mess can actually flood out inside the firebox and leak out underneath the joints and cause, you know, a bit of a flame out, which is not particularly good for the paintwork. I should probably put some of Ian's super wick in this one, which seems to work exceedingly well on all my Mamods, as well as the Bowmans and the Luton Bowmans. But it's like the only thing that is going to be done to this engine. It's got a wonderful patination of soot, burnt lacquer, and just general oxidation on the boiler brass, and it makes a wonderful colour. Who in their living mind would want to polish the hell out of it just to make something misguidedly look presentable? Utter nonsense. I'm quite surprised that this one is run this long actually, because the amount of steam pressure that's coming out of the perished safety valve O-ring is quite substantial, really. Obviously a lot of water came out on starting. They always tend to prime a lot. As you can see, as I move the camera, there's still a very beautiful smooth mirror finish to the paint on the firebox, although it does tend to be rather thin, I've noticed on these engines. They're extremely well applied. So all in all, I'm very pleased with this little purchase, and it should be taking pride of place next to my other SE1 from the same period, and that one too has a classic maroon box, which was incidentally changed in around about 1957 when they brought in those classic 1950s coloured boxes, which to me is the sort of first boxes I can remember, because they used them right into the 70s when I had some of the first tools which were given to me for my birthday back in 1974 to run with my SR1A. At the time when these came out, the tools were still sold in the white label brown boxes, which themselves are extremely collectible now. I'll try and give the whistle a quick blast. They do tend to get quite hot, and as you can see, not a lot is happening. So it's probably because there's not much pressure in there. So a very silent whistle. It looks good though.